They got her booty so nice. It's up like it's been up all night. The way that she dance, the way that she move, her booty to the music is so amusing and beautiful. Hold on, baby, you beautiful when you got a big booty too. Yeah, that thing of a donk. How many drinks I had? Man, I'm feeling wonderful. Man, I'm feeling plundersome. Why? Because her booty not mine. And I
She want that bass. Yeah. We in the goddamn building, nigga. Back in this thing. Yeah, man. Welcome to Big Business Podcast, man. If it ain't big business, we ain't talking about it, man.
Hey, what's that sound you be using sometimes? Be like, I don't know how to display it. You used to use it more, but you don't use it no more.
Tell me,
No, it's like, I forget how it go, man. Maybe I'm tripping. I'm gonna have to point it out next time. I hear a song where you do it, I'll point it out to you.
I don't know, man.
What's good? Peace to the people in the building, man. MA in the building, early D Love. What's good?
Yeah, man. We here, man. This is Big Business Podcast, episode 21. What the day is?
Today, Wednesday, March 6th, 2024. Yeah, I didn't say the date, man. I gotta get on my shit.
Yeah, man. We got a good show for you, man. Got a lot going on. Not very much, but it's enough to talk about. But before we even get to running our goddamn mouth, y'all know what we got to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you know then.
One time, let me pop my shit, man. Big talk. They done got me pissed off. Yeah, $40 bottle ain't no crystal. I ain't turned up in a minute, back to business, about to lift off. Bitch, I'm talking big talk. They done got me pissed off. Yeah, $40 bottle ain't no crystal. I ain't turned up in a minute, back to business, about to lift off. Bitch, I'm talking big talk.
Yes, sir.
Buddy. So yeah, man, we're in the building, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. MA, D Love, Nicky News in the building. We're gonna go ahead and crank things up, man. We ain't gonna hold you. This first video we want to run past you, show you. It's just for shits and giggles. You know what I'm saying? I seen it on Instagram. And I thought it was very goddamn interesting. I wanted to see her, because, you know, it's Instagram, it's a clip, so trying to catch it so we can actually see it from the beginning.
So they done switched it out. The Angela Yee, she not on, because I don't really be following the Breakfast Club like that. I see the Donkey of the Days, but I don't really see, you know, so they done switched the Jess Hilarious chick, and they done put her in the place of Angela Yee.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So let's check this out. This is the story, and I'll just let her tell it. So if it starts in the middle, we'll watch it over, but you'll get the picture. This is her story of why she got the fuck up out the A.
Atlanta owes me nothing. He gave me my purse, got the fuck out of there. Nope, broke my lease, I'm gone.
That was the most peaceful robbery I've ever heard of.
Peaceful. He was just happy to see me. Still took my car, but just happy to see me. I said, oh, thank you. I'm thankful that it was you that robbed me.
Why did you choose ATL as your home base?
Well, listen, I did a year ago, and then I got my fucking Enterprise rental stolen twice. So I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be in Atlanta. I just came here for you, Cam. I'm gonna be honest with you. My fans is good, and you cool, but these motherfuckers will. And the last nigga that took my car knew who I was. I was at a gas station, and dumb as hell, I left my keys in the car. I go get some backwoods, and I get in it. The nigga was like, oh, shit, you got that shit on. I just need this car. I said, all right. He had a gun. I said, all right, cool. He said, I said, can I get my purse? He let me get my purse. I said, all right, cool. Atlanta owes me nothing. He gave me my purse.
Man.
Got the fuck out of there.
Man.
The most friendliest robbery I ever heard in my life.
And that ain't the first time, you know, we done heard about DC Young Fly getting his car, say he got his car broke in 2-3 times in 1 week, and that was the moment he was like, fuck this shit. We heard about Ice Cube. What was the story? What was the story with Cube? What'd he say? I forgot. Cube had a story kind of similar, not on some friendly shit, because her shit, she, you know, that's just wild. But
yeah, that's crazy. It's different when you looking at the motherfucker that's robbing you, holding the gun, like, hey, I'm glad to see you. You know, I love you, but I need this car. And the crazy thing about it is, he didn't even want the money. Here, you can get your goddamn purse back. I just want this car.
Right.
So that
and what you gonna do with a damn rental car? Chop shop, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's
got a lot of those in Atlanta.
People still doing that shit though, like stealing catalytic converters out the bottom of stealing mufflers and shit. Like people.
Look. Anything to get $1, right? I don't gotta get a job. That's what these niggas out here doing. Lazy ass bums, you know. Those are the true bums, lady. You call them niggas the bums.
I know it's like maybe 6 years ago I had someone steal the catalytic converter off my Honda. I didn't even know nothing had happened. Crank my car up in the morning, my shit sound like a fucking motorcycle. That bitch said, boom. I said, what the fuck going on? And like, golly. And the crazy part is, I've been in the same apartments forever. So crazy part is, like, a year before that, the security guard who works these apartments, you know, like he comes in at like 9 or something at night and he works overnight just walking around with his whistle and shit. I don't know what he does. But I think this man to this day, it ain't the same dude, but I think that they do have this because the dude actually caught somebody trying to steal my catalytic converter a year earlier, like before, you know, police come to my door, do. I go to the door, police say, yeah, we caught some people trying to steal some items off of your car. If you would come down to see if you want to press charges. I went down, and it's these two Hispanic guys. They got them in handcuffs. They sitting there looking at shit. I'm looking through my car. They tell me, oh, look in your car to see if they got any other, if there's anything items missing. I probably should have lied and said, yeah, I had an amp that was worth $2,000. I probably should have said all kind of shit. But I was like, nah, it wasn't nothing. They had a saw trying to cut my catalytic converter off. It was like, so do you want to press charges? And I ain't even press charges, man. I was like, nah. I didn't even do it because I would have had to go to court, and I just don't want to do that. I don't know, man.
That's real nice of you. That's real nice of you. You know, if I wouldn't have pressed charges, and if you knew who they was, and you know you're gonna see them again, yeah.
That's the thing.
Just know what's coming.
I'm in the neighborhood. People see me, and I live in I would say 80% Latino community. Like it's like that. So I'm thinking like, man, I'm gonna be at the store later on. I'm gonna be at the corner store, and people who are charged is gonna see me or some shit. I'm like, man, let me just keep my plate clean, man. Y'all go ahead. Like,
yeah, I remember somebody broke in my goddamn car at the car shop. I was getting my goddamn car fixed, and motherfuckers, I guess they didn't lock their gates up because I had to leave it overnight. Broke in there and stole my goddamn speakers. I had 2 15s. I just got them motherfuckers too, bro.
Man.
But these niggas out here don't give a shit, man. They don't give a shit. They just got to get it.
Yeah.
What up, 80s baby in the building? D-Love.
80s baby, what's good?
Appreciate y'all for tapping in with us tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 21, BBP. So we're just watching Jess Hilarious and her friendly robber. We're going to keep the show rolling, though. as usual. Make sure you hit that like button. Share this motherfucker out to your friends. Tell them to come fuck with us, man. Send your people over here and holler at us, man. Yeah, you
Yes,
feel
sir.
me? But
What we got on the docket, man?
We got, and this is not me or your favorite topic to touch on, but it's something that I knew was gonna happen eventually, especially when you showed that first clip of this lady talking.
Oh yeah.
I was like, she's a fucking idiot. But Miss Nikki Haley, which was running for president, decided to drop out and endorse Trump, which it's a domino effect. I'm gonna tell you my opinion. Let's just take a listen to this. It's 3 minutes 45 seconds. We probably won't listen to it all, but let's take a listen to what she has to say.
Presidential candidate Nikki Haley is dropping out of the race. She's speaking right now. Let's listen.
Was grounded in my love for our country. Just last week, my mother, a first-generation immigrant, got to vote for her daughter for president. Only in America. I am filled with the gratitude for the outpouring of support we've received from all across our great country. But the time has now come to suspend my campaign. I said I wanted Americans to have their voices heard. I have done that. I have no regrets. And although I will no longer be a candidate, I will not stop using my voice for the things I believe in. Our national debt will eventually crush our economy. A smaller federal government is not only necessary for our freedom, it is necessary for our survival.
She can say what she wants to now.
Road to socialism is the road to ruin for America. Our Congress is dysfunctional and only getting worse. It is filled with followers, not leaders. Term limits for Washington politicians are needed now more than ever. Our world is on fire because of America's retreat. Standing by our allies in Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan is a moral imperative. But it's also more than that. If we...
Yeah. You're on mute.
Yeah, I've heard enough from you, Nikki. You're a quitter. You're a fucking quitter.
She ran out of money, maybe, man. Who knows what happened, but needless to say, you know, we shall see what happens later on. And like Boss stated, you know, the politics ain't our thing, really like that. So, yeah, what I will say, I thought that was interesting. Just from that clip, she said that her first generation immigrant mother got to vote. So, and the thing with the Republican, they always, well, I don't know about her specifically, but they always on some keep everybody out type of thing, which I never really got it. I understand it, but I don't really. But the fact that she said that is like,
So let me ask, and this is just what it's an opinion. You know, I'm really not deep in the politics. I know you're not either, but I can ask the chat as well. Do you think that Trump is like, here you go, get the fuck out, go, just go? You think he paying them off, bro?
I think they know they just gonna go into debt. Like, and that could be the case. Who knows? But I think they know they just digging a bigger hole, because it really once if you at 15% and someone else at 40-something%, and you really looking at statistics and histories and all of these percentages and analytics that they got, it's like, yeah, let me just bow out. Like the Tim Scott dude, he seen it, you know, he seen he wasn't gonna do nothing. Let me do this and jump behind Trump and just put on a big Kool-Aid smile whenever he at his conference or whatnot. Yeah, go ahead.
It's just it's weird to me, because it's almost like the KD situation, LeBron situation. I'm losing you. Well, I ain't gonna say LeBron, I say KD. I'm losing to you. Now I'm gonna join you and help you. Is that something that what they're supposed to do, or that just they decide I'm gonna back you up, man?
That seems to be the case. They do that frequently. So yeah, what's good, Rod in the building? What's good?
What up, Rod? D-Love said, yep, you was the only one vote for your daughter. Yeah, she's an idiot. She's a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but she's an idiot. Rod said, I saw you. Oh, never mind, that ain't got nothing to do with us. Nicky New said, the Republicans always increase federal spending and then say otherwise. Hey, you know we in, did I see 19 trillion? No, that sounds too much.
Shit, if it ain't 19, we about to be at 19. The national deficit.
Yeah, I could have sworn I seen on either Instagram, Facebook, that shit said 19 trees. I said, God damn.
There's actually there's a website, a national debt website where you can actually go to this website and it'll show the ticker of the national debt of the nation. And if you go there, that number will not stop moving.
You say it's a fucking ticker. That's just
it's a ticker. Real shit.
About a minute we going in worse of debt. I bet you don't go the other damn way.
Yeah. That's
crazy. Yeah. If I was who banging, excuse me. Okay. D-Love said, I think it's orchestrated. I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about the candidates doing what they're doing. Like, I think those candidates, both of them, the guy and her, they knew they ain't stand no fucking chance against Trump, man.
Oh, no.
He got too much money.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm caught up with the chat. So, yeah, I just want to, share that with you guys, which, some of you may know, but it's going to be Trump versus Biden. Yeah. The lesser of two evils, the old man versus the older old man. So, I don't vote, so I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. But, that's your goddamn rights.
Yeah. That's like shit. You complain. Someone like, oh, don't give such and such donations. But if you ain't donated, then it's like, I ain't voted, so I throw my hands up.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't matter who gets in that seat. I mean, I guess sometimes it is a big difference depending on whether you're a Republican or a Democrat.
Yeah,
because we know what they stand for. And I'm just going to keep going to work, coming home, paying taxes like you. That's not going to fucking change.
Hell no.
Keep doing music and talking to y'all. Right. You did. But yeah, man, I just want to bring that to y'all. We're going to keep the show rolling. And definitely, if you want us to drop the link, feel free to let us know. We'll definitely do that. Where you want to go at, man? What's next on the docket, man?
Man, what we got? Shit, I'm drawing a blank, man. My bad.
let me go over here to the banners and see what we got down here, man. Let me see what we got down here.
Definitely, when it comes to the meat and potatoes, it's gonna be interesting. So definitely, stick around for that.
Yeah, man. I got something for you, and we're gonna switch gears real quick because you haven't seen this. I haven't even told you about this, but I definitely have your opinion on it. I think it's very interesting, and I got a feeling what you're gonna say. But this is MoneyMan, a rapper. I want you to hear what this brother say, and I like I said, I think I know what you're gonna say. Check this shit right here out, man. Where did I put? There we go.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm up there with Jay, Kendrick, and Cole and all them because my subject matter is different from everybody. My subject matter is insane.
I feel like when you say names like that, then it comes with a lot of different opinions. You ready to go toe for toe and some shit like that?
I don't got a rap battle. My subject matter is insane. I touch subjects that no rappers have ever touched on this planet Earth. You get what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Like when you listen to me, you're not gonna hear all right, so put it like this. I'm not comparing myself to them. They're greats, they classics. But when you listen to me, it's way more motivational. I'm really breaking down how you can get a bag, or breaking down how your health can get better, or breaking that. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not even on not even on that. It's just some downloads in me from the universe, and that's what I spit out.
The thing is, I've heard MoneyMan's music. I definitely have. He put out an album. It had to be about 2 to 3 years ago. Forget the name of it, but I listened to every song on it because I started seeing, while through my beat searches online, I started seeing MoneyMan type beats. So I said, well, let me look up MoneyMan. I look him up. And I didn't know Boss was gonna play this, but yeah, when I did look him up, there was an album. He had 16 songs on it, and I liked one song off of it out of the 16. I don't see where he's coming from whenever he says that he talks about that. Maybe something has changed since then. Like I said, that was a few years ago, so maybe something has changed since then. But whenever I ran into his project, it was all regular,
I don't. I've heard MoneyMan for a few songs or whatnot. I think he's delusional. Like I haven't heard all of his music, but if he's gonna say you can compare or put me in that category with these guys, and I don't think he's talking about sales. I think he's talking about as far as an artist is concerned. Like I don't see that at all. But you got to talk about from the beginning to now. If you, like you said, he could have changed recently.
Yeah.
If you have changed recently, you still can't put yourself in that situation because these guys have been doing this throughout their whole career. That's just like, I start, artists start talking about ratchet shit and then move on to conscious shit and they become real good at it. You just did that. These niggas been doing this shit. So you can't put yourself in that category, bro.
Unless his body of work since then has, see, that's crazy. That actually makes me want to go. I ain't gonna lie, I want to go see now because I really want to go. I really want to go see now, but he wasn't talking about shit when the Ross say you want to hear him. It's if I played him, you would think if I played him and I said this is. Or if I played him and I didn't say who it was, you would bring up 100 different names for who it could be. That's how it came across. Like it wasn't. It was very regular to what we hear nowadays. Like same subject matter, everything, cadence, flow, everything. So
I mean, he's talking about he tell you how to get the bag and how to eat healthy and all that. I've never heard him rap about that. Not saying he's lying because you better not get up there and say that's what you rap about and you don't got no song about none of it. So
right.
But we know people like Nipsey Hussle, Rick Ross, they rap about how to get the bag. Jay-Z, he's done it several times. That's what they're known for. Nas as well. Or how to be successful in life, period.
Right.
MoneyMan is a street nigga. He's a street nigga. And I'm not saying street niggas can't teach niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
it's often it's not the fact the subject matter, it's actually I think how it's done because there's a lot of songs talking about relationships and all type of things, but it's how you do it.
Yeah,
it's how you is how you're talking about the same thing because there's only a certain amount of things people talk about, to tell you the truth, and that's the constant battle that artists such as you and me we definitely keep in mind. keeping our frontal lobes and all of that good shit to try to push the boundaries of what's being said and how in what context is being said. So
right. And they are you guys, and we haven't talked about it, but just stay tuned for this next bank project. You gonna see what Jizzle was talking about. Because we do some different shit on this motherfucker right here.
Man, hey, I just gotta take a minute just to it's over 20 tracks that have never been heard by anybody but, you know, me, Boss, Crucial, and New. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. There's a lot of music that we have done. So besides these live streams, definitely, man, we've been working.
Yes.
It's been 2 days past, and it's 2 different songs finished. And these ain't no slouches. These are actual concept songs. These are actual, back and forth interactions and, songs that mimic conversations and all type of creative shit going on, man, over here at Bank Music Group, man. So I definitely, when we start talking like that, I just gotta pat myself on the back and let you pat yours on the back.
Hey, all I can say, man, this project right here, man, this shit gonna be stupid crazy. Man, and we ain't even finished. I mean, of course, we ain't gonna put no 40 song album out, but we just, until we feel like we touch with everything we needed to touch, that's when we stop, and then we'll put that album together.
Yeah.
Salute the Bams in the building, man. But yeah,
Bams was good.
Y'all in for a treat. I promise you. I promise you. Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
I think I want to go into that topic I had mentioned. I didn't play it, but Steve Stout did an interview on Club Shannon Sharp today. I'm gonna keep it like that, man. I got to call him Club Shannon Sharp. That's just how I'm rocking it. And the crazy part is Steve Stout actually, he brought, this is not what the clip is about, but I did want to bring this up as well. How he talked about what's the dude name that Shannon Sharp left? It was the white dude that everybody hate. Skip. Yeah. He talked about Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, he didn't even prompt him to say this. It was kind of in between conversations, and Steve Stout just said, I just want to say this. When it comes to these black athletes and going to Skip Bayless, when this platform is here, it doesn't, the optics of it don't look, this weren't his words, but his overall summation was that the optics of these black players going to these other platforms, when we got these platforms like Club Shannon Sharp, and when we got Cam Newton, and we got all of these, black platform. Of course, these platforms are on Google, which is not a black. Okay, so I don't want to get into that too much because that's just where we at with it. Like, you take what you can get and then you move forward from there. So, but he was basically saying, like, he don't understand, like, and I had mentioned this to you, boss, like how, these podcasts and these big podcasts, and there's people still going to Vlad, still going. So, of course, Vlad is giving them money, but it's like at a certain point, I just wish I would see a shift. And he basically he was talking about how if these people weren't going on with Skip Bayless, that the show, like, he was like, give Skip Bayless a show by himself. Let him sit in front of the camera by himself and just see what happens to the show and see how it dwindles down. The guests are carrying Skip Bayless' show right now. But I just wanted to throw that out there. That's kind of, you got any thoughts on that, what I just said?
Most definitely. And this is, again, my opinion, and it's for you and the chat. I feel like now that there's competition, people like, Shannon Sharp, Shaq, Cam, any black podcaster / athlete, being that now there's a lot more competition, do you think or do you not think that people like Skip Bayless or Vlad, who at once had people wanting to get on their show, you don't think now they're sending invites out? Now making people like, you know what? He inviting me?
Right.
So
yeah,
if you think about it, I don't think Vlad has the hottest show anymore or interview. I don't know. I don't know the numbers, but we do know what Shannon is doing. We do know what Joe Budden is doing. We do know what Cam Mace is doing. We know what
Gilly
is doing. We know what Gilly is doing with the $1 Million Podcast. So now for these big podcasters or social media shows where we watched this at one time, they had no competition. Now they do.
Right.
I don't know. That's just how I see it. Maybe y'all feel.
I agree with you. It's definitely competition because it's only a number of hours in a day for someone to consume the way they entertain. Of course, we know the way we are entertained is not the same. You're not flipping through channels and stop when you see a sports show and it just so happens to be Skip. Nah, you going shit. Cam and Mace shit. Them numbers is crazy over there. I never thought I would see Cam doing what he's doing now. I never thought I would see that. And they put Mark Jackson on. Like Mark Jackson got a podcast that comes on to their channel. Like it's not even on the Mark Jackson channel. It's through Cam and Mace, the Come and Talk to Me channel. That Mark Jackson, the head coach and the former player, his show broadcast off of. So that in itself, that tells you right there, man.
Hey, I want to take a quick pause and say salute to Bams for the goddamn super chat. I bet you ain't even know what the hell that was, did you, Chisel?
I seen it. I seen it pop up. I definitely did. Much appreciation, Bams, for that super chat.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Definitely appreciate that. But I just want to show love real quick. But go ahead, man.
So yeah, I want to chop this up just real quick. I think it's maybe 3 minutes where they're gonna talk about Taylor Swift, and we're kind of gonna get into a little bit of business, music, industry talk because Taylor Swift, she freed her. Let me just play it because I don't want to I don't want to mess nothing up, man. I really don't want to mess nothing up.
Yeah,
but it's talking about publishing and selling publishing and people selling their masters and selling their catalog. As we seen Metro Boomin, the producer, as a producer, sold his catalog, and you know from now on he owns. It's about ownership. So we're gonna start right here. Make sure this is up.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, we done seen Funk Master Flex. Hey, yeah, he been around forever.
Oh yeah, the Funk Flex freestyles. I will say out of all of the freestyles, I think he might be. I don't know at what number he's at. I think he might be in the 60s or 70s at amount of freestyles. To me, the best freestyles on Funk Flex have been Loaded Lux and Black Thought. Black Thought rapped for like 8 minutes straight, and he was saying shit the whole time. So, yeah, Black Thought and Loaded Lux definitely have my vote on when it comes to all of them. Because I watched all of them things. But yeah, we're gonna get in this real quick.
The new thing now is people seem to be unloading their catalogs. Taylor Swift did something very unique. She released her entire catalog, and now she got new masters, and the record companies are trying to say now that
they're trying to change agreements. Yeah. There's two types of catalogs you can sell.
Okay.
One is your publishing catalog, which is your share of writing,
right?
Which most artists can sell,
right?
Their portion of writing a song,
right?
Then there's another side of the catalog, which is the master side,
right?
And just for anybody who doesn't know, we're watching Steve Stout ShayShay interview. Steve Stout was a record executive. He managed Nas. He was a record executive at Sony, and he managed Nas for a period of time and managed Mary J. Blige, I think, in the early stages, I think, of her career, but don't quote me on that last one. But I know he did manage her as well, so I just wanted to throw that out there.
Most artists don't own that to sell. They don't own that to sell. Taylor didn't own that to sell.
Right.
Okay? That's the reason why she was mad, because they sold it to somebody else.
And she wouldn't give her a chance to buy it.
Well, that's, and I'm going to tell you something about that nobody ever talked about. Her father owned a piece of that company. So I don't know why her father didn't tell her. Her father owned a piece of the company that sold it.
Right.
So I don't know how she didn't know any of that,
right.
to be frank with you. And I got no horse in this race. It was just, to me, it was just very odd that the beef was so loud that they sold it and nobody ever told her about it. And I'm thinking, well, your father benefited from the sale of this.
Right.
Number one. Number two, most artists don't have that, which is the reason why I fight for that, about ownership of masters, because that's the thing that has all of the long-term value that you could, your family could benefit from for years to come.
Right.
Which is the reason why you should maintain and own your master rights. The multiples that are being paid for these things are really high, very, very high. And for those who can benefit from it, it's great, which is the reason why, again, the artist should hold it. To me, it's one of those things that I personally, if I was an artist, I wouldn't sell it. If I owned my catalog,
right.
You can get a loan against it,
right?
Borrow against it, whatever. It's very valuable. You can license it,
right?
But I wouldn't sell it. It's because what's happening is, as technology changes, it keeps unlocking new value. So it was worth one thing. Then when there was vinyl, and then all of a sudden when CDs came, it became exponentially more valuable because then everybody started rebuying it again. Right. All of a sudden you started buying Bob Marley's greatest hits, or whoever, Barry White's greatest hits. So you name the act that you like. Every time new technology comes out, the catalog becomes much more valuable again because people are, reformatting the music in which they have it on, or rebuying that new format.
Right.
So it's very hard. The guy who's buying it is betting that the new format change is going to only lead to more value over time. The person selling it thinking it's not. If you can afford to get a loan against it or license it, you can still get some money without necessarily selling it again. That's what I would do. But the key is to own it.
And yeah, that's definitely the key. So I will salute to Taylor Swift for doing what she had to do. Hold on, am I on mute? Okay. Yeah, I salute to Taylor Swift for doing what she had to do, man. She and we kind of talked about this whenever the whole Taylor Swift thing was a topic, but yeah, to actually, that situation is a little different because he said her father owned part of the company that sold it, so why didn't he tell her? But that's kind of a wild situation. But we've heard many time after time when it comes to these artists not owning their music. What happens? You've seen the R. Kellys. You've seen, we can go down the long list.
So I want to ask this question because I don't know, and I wonder, can you add this to the contract before you actually sign to a label? Hey, you can't own my fucking masters. I want to own my masters because obviously that's where the money is at.
Right.
So I wonder, just like we was talking yesterday about the day before yesterday about the young kid who potentially may not need to sign to a label.
Oh yeah.
Yourself, the more leverage he has.
Right.
If a major label do come and want to sign him, he can actually, you know, put what he wants in this contract. And if you want me, you're gonna accept it and accept the fucking money that you are gonna get from me instead of you taking over half or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Do you think any artist in history ever owned that just going into a contract?
Yeah, and see the thing, I think if you do say this needs to be in a contract, if you at Sony, if you sitting at the desk with Sony, Sony's gonna say, okay, deal's off and walk out the door. Like I think Master P got you know, he had a label and his distribution, that's all he had really. It was 7%. Like 7% is what they got. But you see how much leverage that he had probably going into that business deal.
Right.
Like, look, I got a whole army, literally. So it's like, yeah, dealing with Sony, Universal. Nah, you ain't finna own your masters.
So Ra got a question. So she said, so what, this might be a statement. So what she did to get back ownership is recorded her old music. And that was something you was talking about.
Yeah.
You was like, she put out an album and it was like something that she already did a while ago.
That's why this topic comes around full circle, because I figured that out when the whole Beyonce and Jay-Z, I was on her Wikipedia and these things were re-released that she already recorded. So after she did gain a hold of her music, she put the music out again, and it was probably remixed and tweaked to make it to where it's not issue copyrights or whatnot. I don't know 100% of that, but yeah, she re-released the same music, and the label is actually trying to fight her right now to get some parts of that shit, I guess. But yeah, she definitely did redo her old music after she got a hold of her music. So,
Rod, the creator said Empire lets you have 100% ownership. But you know it's probably a death clause. Now, I don't know. No label's gonna give you 100% because I mean they ain't making shit. I mean they working for free, and I don't know. No goddamn company's gonna do that.
Trying to think of Empire when she say Empire.
There's a label called Empire. I think
I know there is, but I'm trying to think who, like what artist type of thing. That's what I'm.
I think Mo3 was signed to Empire, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
From what I've seen on a video, and I don't know how true it is, most of those people who has that damn star, I don't know if it was one of those damn crazy ass videos that New had me watch. Take a picture of that goddamn
five-pointed star.
Yeah, they said, you know, if you notice, all these artists who were signed to Empire got killed. And they said, the labels actually had insurance out on them.
About the insurance part, and that's the thing. Like the label, when it comes down to it, the music, man. That's crazy because the music that they're making is not conducive of a long life for the artist. It's like you got a drill rapper making music to people who live 3 minutes away from him in a section where so. As a label, you say, okay, I'm gonna go in and sign him, and I'm gonna put an insurance policy and get a certain amount of control of this thing. So when something happens, they gonna make Young Dolph catalog, man. I look, 300 Entertainment, Leor Cohen, the owner of 300 Entertainment, who was, I think, the King Von. I think he was managing King Von. He was a rich man before he made 300 Entertainment, but after he made 300 Entertainment, if you go to Wikipedia, it's number drill rapper.
Right. So I mean, I don't want to be closed minded to it on what it said and what I just spoke of.
Right.
But what you just said makes a lot of sense. Like, if you die, I'm gonna make a shitload of money off you. And it's just like the damn shows we watch on, these crime channels, like, ID Discovery, when they see a wife kill a goddamn husband, they were like, what could be her motive? Since we looking at her, what could be her motive? Then they go look at the goddamn insurance policy, and she got a $500,000 insurance policy on her. Oh, you the number one goddamn suspect.
And what killed me, when in those cases, it'd be crazy. It'd be like 2 weeks before the murder. She put in $1 million, like 2 weeks. You couldn't have waited 2 years. Like, golly, you signed a dotted line and then you killed that motherfucker.
Yeah, they got to the point where they was fed up, and they done found them another dude, some idiot, and they have him kill her. Like, what the fuck? Look, idiots.
Cold world.
It is a cold world, man.
Cold world.
Do anything for $1, bro. Anything for $1. Sell they soul for a fucking $1. I can't do it.
Yeah,
soul is worth more than that. Check out this chat. Yeah, Ross said Young Dolph is Empire. King Von is Empire. Nicky News said, isn't the 5-pointed star the GD? Don't get me the line. D-Love say, nope.
Yeah, they use one of them stars. I don't know exactly.
6-point star, I think.
Yeah. Pitchfork. One of them, the Pitchfork. I thought shit, we'd have to have loyalty and betrayal up here.
For real. I bet you she know.
Miss Chloe know goddamn shit. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so much underhanded shit that go on behind the scenes in entertainment and hip hop, and a lot of people speak on it, and you question some of it, but some of it you be like, that kind of make fucking sense. But
yeah, but I will say this: one positive thing I do think, like I was watching the Eric Sermon interview, the Green Eye Bandit. And he was talking about, man, he owns his, and The Weeknd sampled one of his songs, and in residual income in 4 months, he got $250,000 off that song.
Damn.
$250,000. Eric Sermon. Nobody would think that Eric Sermon is making $250,000 off of music.
Not right now.
Right now.
Shit,
he said that's when it comes to owning your shit. He said, $250,000 in 4 months off of a sample that The Weeknd just so happened to, So that's the initial payment of it, and then he's getting royalties from it. So it's crazy.
Yeah, that's definitely crazy. I mean, hey, salute to Eric Sermon for goddamn getting his goddamn bag. Shit, that's all I can say.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, man. We're going to keep it moving like we always do, man. And, we come to that point where we want you to feel good, man. You understand me? We love to talk about everything, but we can't go a whole show without making you feel good. You feel me?
It's back.
Y'all know, man, y'all know what time it is, man. It's time for the feel good story of the night. Yeah, we're back with the feel good story of the night, and it is brought to you in part by Dallas. Is it Dallas or Houston? I think she's from Houston. Shit, it don't matter.
Houston, yeah. You talking about big?
Yeah, she's the motherfucking queen. It don't goddamn matter.
Queen of Texas.
So y'all know that just shortly, I want to say it was the same goddamn night. Yeah, I think it was midnight. B dropped an album. And I think a lot of people
Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowls. The same night
Yeah.
as the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people was goddamn shocked, and like I wasn't. When I heard it, I knew the angle, but Jizzle did bring up a good point. Which I'll let him tell you about it after we listen to this. But she's doing numbers, people. She's the queen for a reason, man. Y'all check this out.
Beyonce is making history. Her new song, Texas Hold'em, is now #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart. And that makes the 32-time Grammy winner the first Black woman with a #1 song on the country charts. The song is part of the Houston native's upcoming country album, Renaissance Act 2, which is expected to embrace her Texas roots and spotlight Black country stars who came before her. So let's take this to our group chat. SiriusXM radio host and AB's News contributor Mike Muse, senior entertainment reporter at ESPN's Anscape, and AB's News contributor Kelly Carter, and Marcus Dowling, Nashville country music reporter for the Tennessee. And thank you all for being on. Mike, I just want to start with your reaction. What do you think when you hear about Beyonce's new history-making moment, and what do you think this does for the conversation surrounding country music?
I think it's absolutely incredible. So first, congratulations to Beyonce for making history and for making this discourse. I think there is a great social discourse that is now happening in society with having this understanding and this anthropological discourse of the origins of country music. There is this misnomer out there in terms of who owns the genre of country music. I personally don't think that any culture or race owns a genre, but it allows us to talk about the history of country music that is rooted in music.
No. Go ahead, bro, because I think I know what you want to say.
Because we coming full circle with this, and definitely we're not going.
I know what you want to say, bro.
We're not gonna lose sight of the feel good story and giving Beyonce her roses. But what he just said, it goes back to the Eminem,
yep.
and about a specific people owning a specific genre of music. So I guess from there, what was your thoughts on what he just said?
That's
putting it because it's reversing the narrative.
That's why I said
Okay,
you heard me. That's because I mean I don't know the history of country music. I never sat down and studied who created it. So I don't want to say something and sound ignorant, but ignorant is not bad all the time. It just means you don't know.
Right.
If this was created by Caucasian people and it's been dominant in their culture of music, you can't say they don't own it. You can't say that. Because that's the same thing we said about hip hop, right?
Right.
But like I said, I don't know who created country music. I don't know.
I will say, my grandmother did listen to the blues, and some of that blues sounded like country at times. So, you see D-Love putting the Charlie Prides in there, and there's some other ones. What's his name? John Lee Hooker. I think he might have been more blues though. But the thing is, I think it's a little harder with country music to pinpoint because of history and things like that. With rap music, it's not hard to pinpoint where that shit started. So I don't want to go too deep into that because really that's a whole live right there.
It is.
That's a complete 1 hour and 30 minutes of researching and looking into country music's beginnings. And I would probably find some things out, but we go. I don't want to go too far deep off into that because we definitely don't want to steer off too far from the feel good story and Beyonce, with this Texas Hold'em debuting at #1.
Yeah, we gotta give her flowers. We'll listen to a little bit more of what they say. We ain't gonna listen to it. I believe it's almost 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So let's check out a little bit more. Just get a queen, be her damn flowers, man.
and that it comes from the sub-Saharan Africa, in particular in Western Africa, where the original banjo was first formulated and came over through the diaspora and landed. Country music has always been rooted in what we call field songs and spiritual hymnals that we saw across the country. And it wasn't until we start seeing the Great Northern Migration that we start to see the transition of country music going from country, the minstrel shows with the banjo being appropriated by white culture who embraced the banjo, that then you started seeing hillbilly music that then led to country music, which then led to race records, where then you started to see the divide of who owns it, whiteness or blackness.
I just want to say one thing.
I was done anyway. Go ahead.
This is music. I don't care. I don't care which race did it. Who did it first? Like Ray J had the song, I hit it first. I don't give a damn who hit it first. That's not my real shit. Like, I really just don't, man. It's history. It would be interesting to dive into that to really see, but I really don't give a damn if there was a white guy that made the first rap song. I don't know, that didn't happen. But hypothetically, let's say if a white guy did create or make the first rap song, what would that mean?
Really, what will happen is we would have took it over. But I want to say this, Jizzle, because I get what you're saying, but I think when we talk about history of black people, bro, and the things that we went through and the inventions that was created, that credit was given to the wrong person.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? Give us, just like I think I seen somebody in the goddamn chat said, give us our props. I understand that because we lose so much or lost so much over the years due to the lack of knowledge and what they're lacking to teach us where our roots come from and what we've created. So I think that's why it means a lot to a lot of people on who created what, because they take that shit from us and say, we started it. So that's
right. I think, and I can see that. I definitely can see that. But, I don't want to lose sight. When it comes to the Renaissance, and what did she say? She had Renaissance Act 1, and this is Act 2?
Act 2, yeah.
So Renaissance 1, what was the sound of it? It was did it have some kind of like house or club? The genre of Renaissance Act 1 was not catered to you.
Right, it wasn't.
Okay, so when we look at when people say I'm a Renaissance man, that means you going out of your shell and you think about, you're learning about other things. You're not just stuck here. You're here. So I think she's at the point in her career that she's done when it comes to R&B, when it comes to hip hop. She feels like, I think she's conquered that. So to me, I think with these Renaissance acts, she's just, spreading it out. She learning different vocal cadences and doing all that, having fun. Because Texas Hold'em is a fun song, I will say.
It is. And I done seen the little videos. I shared it with you guys. But why people don't feel that way about 3K, man? And I don't want to spend time because this is B's segment. But,
he's a Renaissance man as well.
I mean, he did take it to no vocals to a fucking flute, but that's what he wanted to do. Maybe he feel like, I want to try something totally different. Just like B. Right. I didn't expect this, but when it happened, I remember what you said, but I started to think, and this just hit me a second ago. Like, I felt like she did this on purpose because she didn't win. And you was like, well, damn, the fucking Grammys just happened. How the hell she did this? You don't think? No, that still don't make sense. I would say, well, when the fuck did she know she didn't win? So it's impossible for her to put out this project.
Right.
But at the same time, maybe she just fucking knew. I don't know. But
well, I definitely I will say, when it comes to having a concept for an album, this album for her, she had to have had this up her sleeve the whole time. I think you look at Taylor Swift and her winning the Grammys, and what Jay-Z said. We talked about it here. What Jay-Z said about her, never winning Best Album. I don't think it's in response the album to that at all. I think this is just what she was gonna do all along.
Right.
It's a coincidence that Taylor Swift, so the one who wins this all the time, she just so happens to do country music on a regular. But this, I think she been cooking this up. Like
prediction before we wrap up. Feel good story. Prediction. Do she win Album of the Year next year?
So the album hasn't released yet, right? It's just been them 2 songs, right?
No, she's gonna release an album. I'm pretty
I know.
So
Okay.
if she does, and this whole album is pretty much country music or country theme, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
We heard the songs that she has dropped.
Right.
If the rest of them are just as good or not, or even better,
right?
We should win Album of the Year over Taylor
Swift. That depends on what you talking about Album of the Year in general or just the country genre?
Album of the Year, period.
Of everything.
I mean, because I don't know how they do it with the Grammys because Killer Mike won Rap Album of the Year. So when we're talking about Album of the Year, is that any fucking genre?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it is.
So do she win it?
It depends on what she do on this radio. How that it depend on how successful the rollout is when it come out. It depend on all of that. From the video that you showed me when it comes to that Grammys person telling people what the classifications are, it's record execs, it's people who are a part of this Grammy association, that they don't base it off of success of actual music. That was his specific words, and I'm surprised we never brought that video up. I think that would have been dope to go along with this. But yeah, he basically said it doesn't have to do with the actual numbers of the album. You would think that the best selling album will win Album of the Year for the Grammys, but he said that is not the case. It's based off, they go off quality and just good music, and it's all subjective. But they have a group of people who are yet to be named that judge these things. So who knows, man? I hope she do. I hope she do.
I do too, man. So most definitely salute to Queen B for for debuting, being the first Black woman, or I guess Black person, period, to debut #1 in the country charts, man. This was I'm bullshit. Feel good story tonight. So now it's time to get down to business. Thank y'all for staying with us. This is the last segment of the night. Well, let's check the chat before we go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes. Let's see here. Nicky New said, I think this discussion is related to the backlash about Beyonce and country music.
So yeah, I didn't see. I don't know. Maybe I'm not in the right circles, but I didn't see the backlash. I was seeing nothing but good things across my timeline. But y'all know I'm Black as hell, so maybe my timeline, maybe I don't know. Was white people like? Were they mad? Was there backlash? Did you see any, boss?
When I actually was looking for that video that we just watched, one of the videos that I was skimming through said B gets backlash for country album or some shit. And I didn't want to look at it because I was like, fuck you. I don't give a damn. Give her a goddamn flowers. So obviously it is some backlash. I haven't listened to what they're saying.
Right.
And I give them some shits.
I would be interested to hear. Well, I would be.
I might go look at it, but I wasn't going to bring it here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She said, Nicky New said, we haven't heard everything yet. Yeah, she could win Best Album. She said, I believe the Dixie Chicks won that. The Dixie Chicks.
I think she was talking about the country album of the year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Produced by Rick Rubin. Salute to Rick Rubin. Dope producer.
Yeah, most definitely. But we're going to get to the final segment of the night, man. And this is one that this is a story that came across my desk yesterday. No, was it today? Yeah, it was today.
Yeah, you said this shit today. I was like, oh hell, here we go.
And it's fucked up. That's all I can say. And we're gonna bring it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the meat and potatoes.
A cop walks into an apartment and just decides to shoot. Here it is.
Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Bring your ass over here. Show me your hands. Show me your... Shots fired. Hey, so I got one down. Shots fired.
All right. So I definitely want to just pause it right now. In the chat, I want to hear from y'all before we tell y'all. Let me take this thing down because I can't even see my damn self. What did y'all see? What was wrong with what he did? And as a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and play it one more time. Hopefully, YouTube don't get the tripping. But he got it on his shit. They better not fuck with us.
Yeah.
Check it out one more time.
Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Bring your ass over here. Show me your hands. Show me your... Shots fired.
Golly.
Go to the chat real quick. I'm finna be
no announcement. Hit the nail on the head.
I'm finna be like, got to get to the full mass. Yeah.
No announcement.
No announcement. Yeah. They just murdered that man without no announcement. Absolutely. To me, that cop would have seemed like an intruder. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So, what we have seen, and we'll watch a little bit more in just a second, but let me give you the backstory on why this cop was even there, because that was the most important thing to me. Why would you call to this house in the first place, or apartment in the first place? So someone actually called the police and said there was a burglary going on in progress. Now, the fucked up part about that is the person who called wasn't even at the apartment complex. They called somebody else, the person who actually lived at the apartment complex, and say somebody is fucking burglarizing your home. They called the goddamn police.
Right.
So, I don't know if there's a law for that type of shit. If it ain't, they need to create one, because even though that officer did a lot of things wrong, I'm going to let Jizzle talk in just a second. The caller who called the homeowner who lived in that same apartment complex is the reason why this man is dead. Go ahead, Jizzle.
Yeah, and I think they said, well, I guess neighbor is kind of subjective. When I hear neighbor, I think of next door.
Right.
But they said the neighbor, that was the word they used. The neighbor called and said there was an intruder or whatnot. But the way he stormed in there from jump, we didn't hear anything. We didn't hear nothing. Nothing at all.
Definitely.
His back was turned.
Yep. Go ahead, bro.
His back was turned, and you know, for one, as a police officer, you have to hold your gun correctly. I feel like, and he was holding his gun. What I say, he was holding his gun like old dog off Menace to Society when he came in that place. For one, that's strike one. Anytime you see, we seen these body cam footage. Police officers hold their gun a certain way. They're trained a certain way. He holding his shit to the side like this, walking in the like, golly, bro, man, I can't even call him brother, but he black. He is a black man, but not my brother.
Yeah, not mine either. So we're gonna watch a little more, and we'll definitely stop it when necessary. So y'all check it out.
Hey, so I got one down. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Who are you? Who are you? Visitor. Get up. Come over here. Come show me your hands. In the apartment. Roll them. You're on the ground. Do you live here? Do you live here?
No.
Why are you in here?
That's my cousin's house.
Who is he?
That's my brother.
I need to render aid, but I can't clear the apartment. Stop it, son. Why are you in, man?
I'm staying with my cousin till I move into my own place.
How did y'all get in here?
Huh?
How did y'all get in here?
I'm jumping.
Clear. Let me good. Clear. I'm going clear. Let me check in. What you going in and get, man?
Hold on, pause it.
Yes, I was 10 steps ahead of you, bro.
You hear that what he said, and we see this so many times with this dash cam footage. We've seen this enough times where after a police officer feels like that maybe there's some negligence that's happened, he knows that he's aware of that body cam. So the simple question, what were you going to get?
Yeah, what was you about to reach for? And
yeah.
The thing is, man, I don't understand if the person who called said my house is being burglarized. This is not your fucking house. In case y'all did not know, they were actually supposed to be there. They lived there. So how did they go to this address instead of the address that the person who called, who his friend said, or whoever it was said, your house is being burglarized? How did they go to this house, bro? That don't make sense to me, man.
So you saying, hold on. You saying that the person that called in said, see, I want to hear the damn call.
Yeah, we actually, there's no call, but we're going to get towards where, whatever the dude whose undisputed name is, he's going to break it all down for us on the details on how all this happened. I guess I'm moving a little too fast, but
okay.
Let's just watch the rest of this, man. Oh, that's funny.
Give me light.
Oh, my fault.
Where you
Shit,
at, man?
Hey, I didn't see that, no way.
The car. Somebody to bring it in.
Put up the picture, the scene of when the cop comes around the corner. He doesn't identify himself.
Right.
He does not wait. He simply shoots. Look at this scene now. He's wearing a camera, so you clearly see what we see. He sees what we're seeing.
What are you reaching for?
Where's the threat? Where's the threat? You shot to kill, officer. Where is the imminent threat as required by law? State investigation is now ongoing by the Maryland Attorney General's office after a Prince George County police officer burst through the door of 31-year-old Melvin Jay's apartment with his gun drawn. According to body cam footage released, Jay was standing in the middle of his family room, facing away from the front door as the uniformed officer, who did not identify himself as police, yelled repeatedly for Jay to show his hands. Jay walked around a corner into his kitchen when the officer fired a single shot, hitting Jay in the face. It is Jay's place of residence. He's just at home. Per the Washington Post, the encounter between the two men from the moment Officer Braxton Shelton entered Jay's apartment to the moment he fired his gun, it only lasts 7 seconds. 7 seconds. That's it. In the month, since the incident, the shooting at the Wyndham Creek Apartments on Suitland Road, law enforcement officials have released little information about what may have prompted Shelton to fire. The state's Independent Investigations Division, an arm of the Maryland Attorney General's office that investigates police shootings, had initially said the officer was responding to a 911 call of a break and entering in progress at a unit in the apartment complex. But on Monday, the Attorney General's office and the Prince George's County Police Department publicly released body camera video footage and audio from the 911 call, providing more details of the deadly encounter that experts say will force investigators to untangle a web of miscommunications and possible police policy violations to determine if the shooting was justified or a crime. Quote, the primary issue in regards to whether this shooting was justified is whether or not the officer reasonably perceived an immediate threat to his safety, okay? A national expert on police shooting said, quote, just because you can't see someone's hand doesn't mean that an individual constituted an immediate threat.
That's very important right there. That's why I stopped it. Because I know when we looked at it, when he came around that corner,
right,
but it looked like he was reaching in the cabinet or something. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, to be 100% honest with you, I think that's why he shot him. Because we have to remember the reason for them being there is because it's a burglary in progress. We don't know if they armed or not. And I'm not giving this guy no goddamn excuse, because when that other cop kicked in the door, y'all notice that he kicked in the door, and the first thing he seen was somebody holding the gun. He ain't shoot you, motherfucker. He should have shot you. You holding the gun. At first glance, you could have been the goddamn suspect. He didn't shoot you, but he go in his goddamn house in 7 seconds, kill some goddamn body. I'm sorry. I'm getting feelings right now, bro. All right, here we go.
Beyond that, Obayashi said other details related to the 911 call further complicate the investigation. When the caller, who was not at home when he placed the call, reported the alleged burglary at his apartment, he said it was his neighbor that informed him a stranger was there taking his belongings. The officer did not wait for backup, which, by the way, is policy.
Okay. So who's more negligent? Is it the caller or the police officer who did it? And I'm just trying to make sure, because, you know, of course the blame, there's some, you know, definitely is blame on the caller, which was a false report, I would believe, unless he was misinformed. But ultimately, in my opinion, the police are, it doesn't matter who calls and says what. They get false reports all the time. But right, it's the discernment to try to figure out, you know, what's going on first before you just shoot.
It's a domino effect, bro. Because like they said, the caller who was the homeowner wasn't even home.
Who said he was the homeowner.
Right. And they said he was on, right. So the neighbor, the one obviously called obviously, I don't know how this became so mixed up where the house that he thought was being robbed was his neighbor that he called. How did he do that? How did that happen? Because this man who got killed, that's his place. If that ain't the person you called to say your house is being robbed, then you don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Go back. Yeah, and I feel you. Go back just to the other, just to see, so you can see the words before those.
Okay, let's see.
It ain't that far. Yeah.
Did I go too far?
Yeah, I think so. Let it ride right there and see.
Okay.
Beyond that, Obayashi said other details related to the 911.
Okay, you go ahead and read it, bro.
Yeah. Obayashi said other details related to the 911 call further complicated the issue. When the caller, who was not at home when he placed the call, reported the alleged burglary at his house, he said it was his neighbor that had informed him a stranger was there.
Right.
So the person is not even. This is he say she say even through a police call. This is someone calling the police, and it's he say she say through the police call. Why didn't the fucking person call it themselves?
That's a fucking great question, bro. That's a great question. Like, you took the time to call me, and you saying my house is being burglarized instead of calling 911.
Right. Just as simple as you call him, you could have called 911.
Yeah. Hey, you got a fucking valid point.
That shit wild.
We'll get it real quick. Hold on. Nicky New said, if you do not announce yourself as the police, I have no reason to assume you are. And we're gonna watch a little more of this and get to the end where they actually break things down. And what you saying, Nicky New, they get deep into it, and what they say wouldn't surprise you, because I know you smart as hell anyway. But I don't want to give it away. D-Love said, doesn't he got to be caught actually bringing out stuff to be burglary? Was the door broken? I don't know. He did kick that motherfucker in real easy. You notice that, Jizzle?
Hey, from the jump, it happened so fast, I didn't even really pay attention to how quick he got in or how he did get inside of the residence.
Damn, I'm okay. Yep, he wasn't even facing him. I thought it was Maryland because he kind of talks like you. How is it justified and you don't see a weapon? We're going to get into that shortly, too. Why didn't the home apartment owner call to check on them before call 911? Call and check on who? Was anybody at the apartment?
I think that comment kind of ties into what I was saying. Why didn't the original person you call someone else so that someone else could tell the police? Like,
yeah, I think. Hold on, let me read that again. Why didn't the home apartment owner call to check? See, she said the apartment or homeowner. So the home owner or apartment owner or renter, whatever you want to call them, they wasn't at home. Somebody called them, I guess, that was at the apartment complex saying somebody is burglarizing their apartment, but they wasn't in their apartment. So I don't understand how they got that part confused. So what the homeowner did was, when it's just like if anybody call you and say your home being burglarized, I'm thinking, I said, why the fuck you ain't call 911? So what the homeowner did, who was not there at the apartment complex, they called 911 and say my house is being burglarized. And they didn't even know it wasn't, because this stupid idiot that called them had the wrong home. And I don't get that.
And that could be some of what goes into what Ross said, where the operator maybe didn't have the story 100% correct when translating it to the officer.
That could be as well. The 911 call is very important. I definitely would love to hear that as well.
Yeah, that would be when it comes to we talking about the homeowner and the caller and the person who told him this and that. I'm pretty sure that the dispatch for that 911 call was asking questions about logistically, where are you? Where is the person? Where is the homeowner? Like these things would be something that any 911 dispatcher would ask.
Right.
These questions I know had to be asked. So that definitely would be interesting to hear. Salute Flash Mob and Crucial K in the building. What's good?
Flash Mob, what's going on? Crucial K, what happening? So I'll read Nicky new comment real quick before we listen to the rest of this, because I definitely want to get to the ending part, because that's very important in this case as well. I had it up here. She said, to be honest, I'm such an untrusting person to sound very fishy. I don't know why nobody would call somebody and say their house is being burglarized and it's not. That's some fucked up shit to do. But I get it, Nicky. I definitely get it. You said, but the homeowner knew it. Someone else staying there. That's the thing. The homeowner who was called by somebody that was at their neighbor, they called and said their home was being burglarized. So the question is, how did they end up in somebody else's house killing somebody else, thinking that's the homeowner's address? That's why I said the 911 call is very important to hear what address was given.
Right.
Let's think about it. Matter of fact, as I just think about this, the homeowner is the one who fucking called. So they had to get they can't confuse.
No, well, hold on. It says when the homeowner who is not, it says when the caller who was not the home, who was not at home when he placed the call, reported that the alleged burglary at his apartment, he said it was his neighbor that informed him that a stranger was taking the belongings.
You didn't change nothing that I just asked. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm just, because the thing is, why the fuck? How the fuck? I'm confused as to why it take two people to call the police.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, that's weird to me.
And again, when the homeowner was informed, homeowner called 911. You gave them your address.
Right.
How did they end up to the wrong address? Okay. Yeah. That's the goddamn question. That's the question.
It's still with further complicated.
I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
Nah, I was gonna say, and still, even with that being said, which I agree, the call has to be examined. Basically, they have to do some investigation on that call to see what really happened with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't put this 911 call out.
Yeah,
the investigation. When the caller, who was not at home when he placed the call, reported the alleged burglary at his apartment, he said it was his neighbor that informed him a stranger was there taking his self. As police, the department directed the question to the Attorney General's office. A simple ass question. Put him up, full mask.
Put him up.
You can't answer simple questions, Chief. You have a policy or protocol. They have to sign it. It's part of the onboarding process to be an officer. Prince George's police chief, his name is Malik Aziz, also said Monday, a family member of the caller told him earlier that day he would be coming over to retrieve property. Quote, this fact was not shared on the 911 call for help, Aziz said. The chief added the caller did not tell the dispatcher 2 other people were also inside the apartment at the time of the report. Keep the chief up, Chief. You see, it's very sad what you're doing in this moment. While you're trying to blame the individuals who called dispatch, understand these 2 facts will remain. Your officer violated protocol that led to the shooting,
facts,
fatal shooting of another human being. Your officer violated standard operational protocol. It is the SOP that was violated. In a video on Monday, the chief said, Aziz said that police later found another gun in the apartment kitchen near where Jay was shot.
This is the bullshit I expected
to hear.
Yeah. This is the bullshit I expected to hear. And this is what I was talking about, Nicky knew earlier. But I want you to hear what he goddamn say, because it don't even fucking matter that was gun there. Check this out.
Obayashi said the discovery of guns in a home is not reason enough for the officer to have fired his weapon. We found a gun that he has a constitutional right to have. Yeah, it was somewhere near him. It's insane. We had Jay been retrieving a gun or even shot at the officer, he said that the man may have been acting in justifiable self-defense since the officer, did not identify himself. That's according to the expert. The expert said even if the man reached for the gun, he would have been justified because the cop never told anyone who he was when he broke and entered into the property.
Boom! How Big Boy said on goddamn ATL? Boom! Yeah. So it don't matter. It don't matter. Because he fucked up when he did not announce himself. Now, of course, if he wasn't sent here by this idiot, none of this would have never fucking happened. Let me drop the link in here just in case somebody want to come up here and voice their opinion. But as you can see, and it makes all the sense in the world to me, somebody need to be going to jail or definitely losing their job.
It's gonna happen. We seen skin color of that hand.
Yep. You better believe it. You better believe he going to jail or he gonna lose his job. Because I think at the end of the day, like I said, it's a domino effect. It started with the call, the information that was relayed to the 911 operator. The operator relaying the information out on the radios. And the officer who's in the area received it, made the wrong decision. Because normally, you don't just kick in the door when you get to a scene by yourself and it's a burglary in progress. You wait for backup, for one. For two, when y'all do go in, you got to announce yourself, and he did none of that. So if he don't go to jail, somebody going to get a hefty-ass lawsuit, I bet you that.
Oh, yeah. And the dude was completely innocent who came out. He heard a gunshot and walked out. Soon as he hit that door frame, he was getting yelled at. And he did exactly what he was supposed to do. His story, it wasn't, I bet you anything he had some black socks on. Black folks, we wear black socks. I bet you anything, he was in there, on his phone or something. And like, pow, you hear all this commotion. You open the door, it's a dude with a gun. After he hits that door frame and that police sees him at that moment, still no announcement.
No announcement. And you're trained. That's police training 101.
Yeah.
Announce yourself. Because to me, that almost sounds just like Breonna Taylor. Right? That I don't feel like that man should have did no goddamn time at all because they didn't announce themselves. He has the right to defend his home. If you just kicking somebody at the door and say, get on the ground, I don't give a fuck how much you sound like a fucking police officer. You ain't telling me you was an officer. Right. So guess what? I got the right to blow your damn brains out. Bro.
I use my police voice. like nah.
Sounded like a joke. Shit. I thought that was good enough. No, nigga.
Right.
sad, man. And it makes it worse that, you know, and this ain't got nothing to do with race. It's a black man kill another black man and wearing blue. Motherfucker, I don't give a fuck. You wrong, bro. You motherfucking wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, they gave you the training. They gave you the training.
Oh, that adrenaline pumping. How much? I already,
hear that shit, bro.
I already see. Because the training is supposed to, you know, make it to where this stuff is embedded in you, to where you know the protocol even when your adrenaline's rushing.
Yeah. So, you know, we always talk about those type of things when we see these type of situations with cops having a split decision to make.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I know, of course, in his head, this is why I'm here. It's a burglary. He wasn't informed how many people was in the house. Is there hostage? Anything like that? Is it an armed robbery? He don't know none of that shit. So with that being said, you shouldn't have went in that house by yourself in the first place, you idiot. And I'm not even a fucking officer, and I know that, bro.
Yeah, and see, the thing is, when it comes down to it, if there was no immediate, because the thing is, all right, when we talk about, like how you mentioned just now, you mentioned the backup. Like, if you walk up to a door as a police officer, you hear a man actively beating a woman down behind that door, the backup, like, it's someone's life behind that door, so you got to do what you got to do.
Got to do what you got to do. Absolutely.
So, but if that's not occurring, if there isn't any immediate loss of life that you think may happen, or a situation like that, then yeah, you got to proceed with caution, and, you know, bide your time and have that patience. I think a lot of police officers, and this is a double-edged sword, because, you know, having patience, you being patient, that split second could be your own life at risk.
Talk your shit, man. Talk your shit, bro. You right.
So that's why I say I'll never be a police officer, because these milliseconds, my brain don't work that fast. It just does not. It's very tunnel vision, like you see with the horses with the shades on the side. That's how my mind works sometimes, and I'm pretty sure some of these officers' mind works the same way.
Yep. And that, I don't mean to cut you off, but think about this as well.
I was done.
After he shot him, what did he say? He yelled out something to him. Like,
what was you reaching for? Is that
you shot him? I can't remember what he said, but when it was time to approach him, they proceeded with caution.
Oh, you mean
did that in the beginning?
You mean after he was on the ground?
Yeah, after he was on the ground, after he done shot him. Let me see if I can find that part real quick. That bothered me. I was like, dude, you should have been more cautious when this situation fucking started. Let me put this back up. Full mask.
Full mask.
Love when he say that shit, man. Put it a full mask, goddamn. Oh, let's take a look at this, man.
Like until I moved into my own place.
How did y'all get in here?
Huh?
How did y'all? Who are you? Show me your hands. Bring your ass over here. Show me your hands.
Now, I stopped this at this point for a reason. I stopped this at this point for a reason. And if you know me, I look at these goddamn videos like I'm a damn officer. Now, I ain't trained, so bear with me. Let me go back real quick.
Put it on the big screen.
Okay. I want to show y'all something. And this is not me blaming anyone or saying this is what you should have did. I want y'all to take a look at something real quick. See if I can slow this down real quick.
It looked like he moved after.
Yes. Exactly. Speed. Let's take it down to 50%. And let's mute this shit. Y'all see that?
Yeah, you see him right there. There's a wall right there, of course.
Right.
But you can see the perception for me is that he is not yet in the kitchen right there.
Absolutely. He's on the carpet.
Right.
So he walks away. Now let's go back one more time. Because I think he actually looked at the cop. Boom. You see that?
He looked like he was facing him.
He's facing the goddamn cop. Boom.
But in that moment, we're looking at it really fast. In that moment, can you tell if that's a police officer or it's just a nigga in a black and with a black?
Yeah. That's why I said I'm not blaming him. That's why I said that.
Okay. So I was like, hold on, boss. Where you going?
But he walked. He didn't run.
Yeah.
So let's think. Let's break this shit down and be logical about it. Somebody just kicked in your fucking door. Let's say you thought it was somebody trying to fucking rob you. Look how fucking slow he moved. I know it's in slow motion now, but it doesn't make no difference because he didn't run. He walked.
Well, ain't enough space to run. It's like that kitchen, like all but what 5 feet deep. Like, hey,
so
you can't run it.
So you still gonna just move slowly? Because if I take this off of slow motion, he's like he's walking to the cabinet to get a cup of water or get a cup to get some water or something. And again, all I'm saying is when that door got kicked in, let me ask you this then. Matter of fact, let me just ask you this. If somebody kicked your door in just like this and you're facing them, you're not sure who it is, what would you have done, bro?
Jump. I would jump.
Let me look at the chat, see what they tell me. What would you have done, chat?
I would jump and yeah, you got to accost what's happening because you don't know what's happening. But I know what I'm gonna jump up because I thought that shit happened to me before, and I was in bed and I went from the bed to the door frame over my old lady in a half a second. I was at the door frame just by jumping.
Oh, so when you say jump, like jump because you were startled, right?
Well, nah, jump like I need to protect what
Okay,
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, like jump towards, move, dodge, get to, stop, neutralize, everything. You know,
Right. I get what you're saying. So jump, run, swift walk. He did none of that. And
right.
I was confused about that when I first saw it. Like, dude, you didn't move like you was worried about nothing. And then you was walking to your cabinet like you was finna get a cup when somebody just kicked in your door instead of if you're moving away from the threat, you ain't ducked down, you did nothing. That confused me, bro. But again,
you know,
wrong.
And you know, if it confused you, then guess what it did to that officer?
Confused the shit out of him, bro.
The same exact goddamn thing.
So I just wanted to point that out. So let's watch it again. We were doing it slow-mo. Right here, as you can see, he still haven't cleared that wall yet. So the officers still have him in his sight. And he knows at this point somebody just kicked in his door. But let's watch. He's walking. He's walking. He's walking. There he is. What is he about to do at this point when you just seen someone kicked in your goddamn door? That's confusing.
Only he knows. Because that's not how I wouldn't have reacted like that.
I don't think nobody in this goddamn chat would have reacted like that. And again, don't take it as I'm saying he's wrong, but it's confusing.
Right. You would have, like, vocally, there was nothing said from him. We didn't hear his voice at all through this. So and that's the crazy part. Like when you think of just the natural person's reaction to getting a door kicked in, you're gonna be audible somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think silence is something that could happen with in natural instincts of me. If I'm naturally, this has happened to me, I'm thinking, I would think hypothetically that, yeah, I'm gonna say something.
So let me do this, because you know how I am. I'm crazy about these type of cases. Now, here, where else he could have went, Jizzle?
Back in the room.
Damn right. And shut the fucking door, bro. So it makes you wonder, he decided to go in a kitchen where you can't go no further. You that's the far as you can go, because as you look at the kitchen, we've been in this corner, there's no exit that way. So what was he going and
well,
I'm just asking.
Second of all, I get that. And second of all, look in this damn house.
Don't you do that. Don't you do that.
What is in this house to rob? Well, we know it might be, people shoebox money is good. So we ain't gonna, I ain't gonna go there with it. But this house, there ain't no couch in the living room. It's a pile of clothes on the floor in the corner. You got blinds missing out the side. Let me stop.
He could have went around this corner. I'm pretty sure it's a bathroom over here. And I'm pretty sure it's a window somewhere in here, in one of these rooms. I'm pretty sure when you go through this hallway right here towards where the cousin came out, to the left, our left, there's probably another room there.
Or a bathroom. Or a bathroom.
And I'm thinking the bathroom is behind this refrigerator. That's where I think the bathroom at. That's a guesstimate. But he decided to go in the kitchen. And
right there is where the police, I think you gotta stop. Right there, you gotta mentally stop and react.
But look, he also had his hands. Was his hands in his pocket? Because
I know he had a hoodie on. I don't know who wears the hood on inside of their house.
Inside of a house, exactly.
Turned away. But all of this that we're saying, I don't want it to get lost. The negligence of it all. The person who has a duty to protect and to serve.
Right, that's why I keep repeating myself, because I don't want nobody to think I'm taking up for the officer. But when you're looking at these type of situations, you have to look at everything and break everything down. You can't just go off of this movement or what you've seen off of first eyesight. You have to dig deep on this shit. So we say the officer is negligent. I don't give a fuck what this dude did. He could have walked and sat on the toilet and took a shit while he was out there. He was in his own home. The officer did not announce himself. All I know is you telling me, put your hands up or whatever he said. Man, I got a shit. Man, fuck you. So at this time, this officer is only reacting off of the 911 call and what was dispatched to him, bro. But he still fucked up.
Yeah. D-Love say, look how they talk. He said, get your ass over here.
For real.
He said, D-Love say, was he here impaired? We don't know that. You don't know. Ross say, you don't know how people react. And I will agree with that. You definitely don't know. Yeah, because some people do freeze up in that situation. That's true, D-Love. You're definitely correct. Miss Young say, I wouldn't have gone in there where my cousin is to protect him from being harmed. Okay. And that's definitely plausible, because if you do think it's a threat that's not coming from law enforcement, would you go to where someone's at, or would you go towards something that, maybe could get you out? I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say
because we don't know what that guy thought. We don't know if he thought it was an officer, or we don't know if he thought it was a burglar. But the thing is, and I understand what she said, not to take the threat back there with my cousin, but you're walking into a space again. There's no exit. So what was your plan when you got in the kitchen is what I want to know. What was your plan? You know, obviously it wasn't the right one. But again, this man is trained to protect and serve and preserve life, and he did not do that. He didn't do his job right at all. He didn't announce himself, and he got trigger happy just like the mother motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's kind of what it boils down to. You know, that as far as what else will come out about this, we shall see.
Most definitely.
And sometimes we don't really see when it comes to updates. You know, things take time and whatnot, but it'll be interesting if they do something on it. When did he say? February 1st?
February 1st, what?
That's when this happened?
Oh, man, you know what? Hold on, let me see.
It was on the writing, one of the writing segments of that. I think it said the actual date, and I think it was February 1st. It said it right at the beginning.
Yep,
right at
you're
the
right. Yep, you're right. It is in a month since February 1st.
Right.
Shooting at Wyndham Creek Apartments, which I'm definitely going to go and look, Google those apartments so I can look at the apartments and see what the layout is. But yeah, this man lost his life for no reason, man. For no reason at all. So
yeah,
I want to say rest in peace to the brother. And like just say, man, if we get an update, we definitely bring it to you. I'm definitely gonna be looking because it's very intriguing to me to see how this is going to be handled. Who's going to be at fault? Because
go ahead, my bad.
Go ahead. You good?
Nah, I was just gonna say I think when it comes to an update on this, my prediction, I just think it'll be something to do with the officer. It won't be an update as to what actually happened. You know, 911 operator released footage, released audio. I don't think it'll be any of that. I believe that it'll be what they're gonna do to the police officer, and that'll be it. And if the family of this man, whatever he gets, if he gets, when it comes to, because you know, it's one of them. It's definitely one of them. But I just that's just me, you know, seeing past cases, and so.
Yeah. And we know it don't always go the way a previous case go, because you know they'll find some type of detail to say, well, this happened in that case, this didn't happen. So
right,
have to wait and see. Man, this is it's sad, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. Ra, you say so. Stop saying it. What you talking about, Ra? I was trying to understand what you was talking about, but yeah, you got any last words on anything, Jizzle, man? We're gonna wrap this up, man.
Nah, not too much. You know, I ain't got nothing to say. You know, cold world, man. Cold world. The internet's really been chilling. It seemed like, you know, at a certain point, it go in waves. So, you know, we gonna talk about it. Of course, we definitely gonna talk about it.
Definitely.
So yeah.
So yeah, y'all stay tuned. Of course, you know we got In the Lab coming up next this Thursday on my page, and also on Flash Mob Uno page. We got the Bro Code. It's gonna be nothing but the fellas.
Okay.
All the questions. You know, talking about the bros. And,
okay.
It's gonna be a dope live, and then next week I don't know who he's gonna call it, but it's gonna be the ladies. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. If you haven't subscribed to Uno, Flash My Uno, make sure you go do that. If you haven't subscribed to my page, make sure you do that, which I'm pretty sure everybody in here already subscribed. But other than that, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. What you want to go out with, man?
I think I want to do this Lady Destiny. I don't know. I guess you could throw something on the screen and we'll do it like that. We got it in the background, so I think I'm gonna just play that. Off of TTF V2, of course. But yeah, we're gonna ride out like that, man. Salute everybody that came through. We up out of here, man.
Salute, man. We gone.
Excuse me. I wanted to take time out today to talk about this chick I know. Her name is, you know what? We're going to get to that. Don't worry about that. Just know that, man, when it comes to some women, they know how to see the future, should I say. Destiny, I started to learn about you in my past, and I started writing notes in my notepad. That's all that I had. She laced my shoes. She told me what it was and what it wasn't gonna be. I love the way that she speaks. She got a friend named Karma with a cousin that's named Fate. Both got a knack for making things straight. Hey, wait. What else? Destiny mingle with Karma, they a couple. Both moving in unison, they don't like trouble. I got the call. From death, she told me what she saw. One thing led to another. The call was deeper than the Congo River. After we chopped it up, I had to remember what's that? Where I came from and where I'm at now. Focus. As soon as I get comfortable, she hit me up like put it in motion. All in all, she keep my head tight, forward thinking. Destiny, that be the reason, you know. I say she cool, but I keep her under wraps. People know her by the name. Her name Destiny. Can't let her get the best of me, man. I control her ass, I got a grip on it tight. My manifestation of destiny controls my sight. She all mine, so I keep her under wraps. People know her by the name. Her name Destiny. Can't let her get the best of me, man. I control her ass, I got a grip on it tight. My manifestation of destiny, that's all I can see in my sight. She cool, but I keep her under wraps. People know her by the name. Her name Destiny. Can't let her get the best of me, man. I control her ass, I got a grip on it tight. My manifestation of destiny controls my sight. She all mine, so I keep her under wraps. People know her by the name. Her name Destiny. Can't let her get the best of me, man. I control her ass, I got a grip on it tight. My manifestation of destiny, that's all I can see in my sight. Right. Ride out. Ride out. I can be. She got it now. She got it now. That I can see. She got it now. She got it now. Yeah. She put it all in perspective. Destiny. She got it now. She got it now. Destiny. She put it all in perspective. All that I can be. She got it now. She got it now. That I can see. She got it now. She got it now. Destiny.